Hey guys, it's Robert with Hush Performance. I want to give you a little bit of context before we start this video. Chris owns a 97 to 01 Honda Prelude. Those all came with H22s, whether they were automatic or manual. His happened to be a manual version. He turbocharged it, he broke the engine, and then he's been trying to find them ever since. H22s do hold a high value and they're much harder to find. He did his own research and learned about the G23 build, which is a bottom end from a 1998 to an 02 Honda Accord. You mate the two together. You take the H22 head, you take the F23 bottom end, and you make a Frankenstein, and essentially it works. He purchased one that was already built off of Facebook Marketplace, put it in his Prelude, and it smokes like a freight train. So now he's on his way to get another one. He was upset about that and has to try to find another one. And a lot of guys are just looking on Facebook Marketplace for used parts. But I've been in the junkyard world for several years now, and I was like, bro, these are in the junkyard all day, every day. And he's intimidated by that. And any of you that are apprehensive about going out to the junkyard, I completely understand. And if you follow our How to Yard series right here on our YouTube channel, I show you all the things to look for. We did a little bit more research on that, and come to find out there was almost 2 million of those Accords sold between those years, and only 50,000 Preludes were sold between those years. And so that gives you a good idea about how many H22s are out there and how many F23s are out there. And I believe any of you guys that are blowing the bottom H22 bottom ends can understand finding another one is hard to do. And so essentially what this whole program is now is they're going to be building some F23s, whether they're going to be H22 head or completely stock, like this one that's going to be going into my EG pretty soon. All right, let's get started. Hey, it's Robert with Hush Performance, and welcome to another edition of How to Yard. Hey, today we are starting our F23, aka G23 dream builds, and all the yards are just full of Accords. It never fails us, so I just picked a random yard that had the most amount of Accords so that we could actually pick through which is the best one out of the lot. But while we're here, this is why you always go looking around. We found a CRV that was posted yesterday. This is an all-wheel drive manual K-Series. You know, this thing is gonna pull some change. It usually does, but we also got some all-wheel drive builds of our own that are coming up. So I got Chris in there. He's pulling out the shift cables right now. We're gonna drop this transmission. Then we'll go find our Accord. While he's working under there, looks like he's already loosened up the shifter. This right here is the same shifter as an RSX. So if any of you want to use an EP3 transmission or an RSX base or 6-speed, this shifter will work for you. These cables will actually work for you too. A common question that I get is, will those shifters work with a 6-speed? And yes, they will. Okay, so 5-speed shifters, 5-speed shifter cables will work with 6-speed. It's all the same. It has everything to do with the actual shift selector itself. Unfortunately, this is on here. A lot of guys just take this off and leave the transmission behind. All right, with a crash vehicle, we have to take a different strategy. This motor mount over here is completely broken off. The subframe's out, which means these 3 mounts here are all missing. It's only the one. That means this whole engine's just gonna go drop straight down. And then we have this battery bracket right here with the rusted out bolts that we gotta try to figure out how to get out. And we need to do that so that we can take this mount off here. But if I have access to the studs on the transmission, we might be able to bypass this, which is what it's looking like right now. Let's try it out. All right, so we're gonna knock these off. There's one with the stud on there that we do last. These 2 studs right here. Taking that off. Then there's another one over here in the back. Watch your feet. Okay, and we're gonna make sure to grab these pressure plate bolts because guys with K-swaps are gonna need them. There you go. Didn't even come for it. That's what we talk about. That's what you get when you show up during the week. So this is highly plausible. You guys can do this full time. It's just getting unscared, you know, to quit your job and got to get uncomfortable. The whole reason we're here is because we're gonna get a new bottom end for Chris's Prelude.
We're here to get flywheel bolts for Robert, so that way we can do the F23 and the EG. Now, if we can come up on a bottom end for me, that'll be great, so I could build another G23. But everything for those auto flywheel bolts, man. What are you gonna do?
Okay, he's right. I actually forgot the main reason why getting his engine became the main reason, and I just knew that if we got his engine, I would be getting some flywheel bolts as a result of that.
Don't get me wrong. I wish we were here for you guys. But, you know.
All right, so look at all these Accords. Look at this. Just hold that up.
This is crazy.
Look, okay,
Let's
so how many? Okay, starting from right here. 02. Hold on. Oh, they're all different. They're all mixed up. Oh, they're based off of when they got here. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that doesn't it. Okay, there's a lot. Okay, that's what this means. Okay, so what we're gonna do is now we get to pick which is the best one, and we might not be able to get mileage, but at least we'll be able to take a good look at the car. In most cases, if the car is crashed up front, or actually just anywhere where it looks like it was immobile from the accident, chances are it was running because it was most likely on the road running, unless randomly some car crashed into it when it was parked on the side of the road, and it's been parked there for 10 years. Who knows? How'd it look?
Pretty decent.
What row was that? Was that the last one on the list? 99? Oh no, 14. That's probably, no? 11. So we're at, so that was probably 11. Yeah. It was probably running. Do you want to take a look at the others, or you just want to go for that one?
I think I might have to drop the pan.
Okay.
That's on the other thing, really, unless it's not making compression.
Here, let's take a look at the others. We're here. There it is. It's a gold one right there, or the pewter color. No, it looks 4-cylinder, but hey, look.
Half the work is done.
It is. Got some NGK spark plugs, wires. At least they cared about that.
Those auto bolts, they're right there for you, man. They're right there for you, man.
Okay, do we see any wrecks? Do we see any wrecks? No wrecks. Okay, so there's a candidate here. Don't know how many miles on it. We might not get to know either.
We'll say the other block looks clean.
Cleaner, yeah. Well, you know what you could do is just, we would take these and put them on the other one. You know, usually I'll do that. Like if something's incomplete, I'll go on another car. Let's take a look at the others.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like that, no, the fender's toast. Door's toast. Ooh, it's painted. Stay away. No, it's not. Is this swapped?
Look at that, valve cover job.
Eek. Eek.
Somebody gotta work on that, but
Yeah, that always makes me scared, man. When I see stuff like that.
y'all are doing it like that.
That means they're homemade mechanics.
Right, what else did you do? And it's not, right?
Yeah.
So this is probably gonna be the last candidate. I don't like seeing valve covers like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
The motor's is the motor out of it? Oh no, it's in there.
No way. Oh my.
Look, there's an alternator right there.
Dude, that
Look,
is...
like how? You ever see pictures of guys like with half a head?
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out how do they even live?
Right.
That's this right here.
That shit was still running too. They drove it on the trailer.
Dude, how?
I mean, this had to have been fatal, man.
Woo!
The driver, like the dash. No.
All right, so here's another one. Oh, look, there's another one right there on the corner. Another one right there.
Literally one, two.
Okay, but you know what? Like, when interior looks like this, though,
Yeah, that thing is maintained.
you know, they care about their car.
Like the tranny died probably.
You know, chances, oh, dude, like, if I had to, if there was one that I'd want to, out of the bunch,
Like stop.
this one. This isn't stock. I'd swap those with the NGKs, but this thing looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good. I can't lie. I mean, like, look at how clean
Yeah, they took care of it, man.
they did.
Let's go check out that one on the corner. Then I think we'll go back to the tools. I've been pretty lucky without people taking my stuff, but that doesn't mean they will today.
My gun is just there. I was just like, oh, an expensive gun. Oh, nope.
Yeah, that's already a no for me. Whenever it's missing that, forget about it.
Extra stuff is in there.
All right, so I guess we got our candidate.
Okay, black?
Okay, I think we're gonna go with the black one. That one is in pretty good shape, man. Too bad it doesn't have 5 lug on it.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, none of the ones that we looked at today so far were V6 anyway.
Which is very interesting.
Cause there was a lot of V6s the last time we looked.
Well, I guess the other good thing about all this is if I blow a motor.
Yeah, that's the whole idea here. The CB, same accident. Boom, just smushed. And it was auto anyways. We're hoping that it was a manual. The CB right here. Oh dang, that's what they was watching when they crashed into the traffic light. Black dash. Chris is having second thoughts about this one because it's so easy to get to. So he took the VTEC solenoid off to look to see if this green was dirty, and he said it was clean. So now, oh, you're gonna take the pan off, huh? Okay. He's gonna drop the pan. That's gonna let him know if there's any shavings down in there, because it seems like he wants to just do this one. You know, at this point, I don't even care if he gets that engine. I just found an all-wheel drive Element. The transmission was taken, but we got some flywheel bolts there, and they also left us a shifter cable and shifter inside. It's pretty cool. How do you feel about it?
There are sparkles. I don't know if that's normal.
One little thing, but that could have been from so many different things, man.
Right. I mean, I don't see chunks.
No?
I think sparkles could be normal. I think that's all she wrote.
You ready? Since it's your motor, you get to hang her.
Alright. I've never used one of these before.
Alright, well, we got to start by getting it up there. You should be able to just reach. You're tall enough. Stand on the car. We can just push it over the car and you can get up on the core support. This yard, you have to rent the hoist and A-frame. Because they're having a lot of theft going on there with the chains there. So now we'll just have to pull out a seat belt and wrap it around the engine somewhere. Have you garnered a footing? No, or maybe it's a holding since.
I believe I have.
Hey, just pop that mount off. Just pull until it pops.
Right, just pull the whole mount out.
Yeah, there it goes. I think it's already broken.
It looks like it.
On the call. Got a call right when he pulled this motor out, but he got it. He achieved. Was this the first one you pulled by yourself, I guess, kind of?
Yeah, actually.
All right, look.
This one I was able to kind of snatch. So.
All right. It's a start.
Indeed it is.
You know, it's a start, and you're going to get better. Because
Yes, I am.
he's going to have to come tomorrow to get some more stuff. This is a haul, guys. Okay, we didn't even come for this. I came for some bolts. We're leaving with an engine. We're leaving with the all-wheel drive transmission. 2 intermediate shafts. These are gonna fetch really good. The shifter cables generally always sell. For those that aren't aware, the CRV shifter cables will work with an RSX or EP3 transmission, and they're shorter. So you guys with EFs out there, these are great cable alternative to RSX because RSX cables are super long. Way to do the compression test. These are the spark plugs that are out of it. They had iridiums in there, you know. These are expensive. They could have gotten an auto light, I think they're called. Yeah. Like the domestic brand. Yeah. And they look like they might have ran about normal temperature if they're putting here in Colorado 85. It's the cheapest fuel. With that, we bolted on my transmission. Check that out. For those of you out there that know what a T2W4 is, we got that and a flywheel on here. The flywheel is needed to turn the crank because the starter needs something. So this is how this works. To do a compression test on there, we need to put a flywheel. We need to put a flywheel so that we can turn the crank. We're going to turn the crank using the starter. To do that, we need at least a bell housing. And we used my transmission, which happens to be a T2W4.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, we found an issue. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, well, keep going. What? Oh, okay, so it looks,
well,
it's just that. Nice. Well, it probably cracked the same way that you just did that.
Yeah, like it was seized.
Yeah, maybe you just take the exhaust manifold off.
Right, yeah.
We'll see what's going on there.
We wait.
All right, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to do compression tests. So how we're gonna do, we'll start in each cylinder. Okay, we have our compression gauge here, and we're gonna turn the engine with all the things attached to it. Using a power supply right here, we have it connected to the positive terminal on the starter. We have it grounded out there on the transmission. And then we have this spade connector that we're going to jump onto the positive side. Are you ready? Are your fingers clear?
Let's see what's happening.
Not bad. All right, that's our first hit. We changed to a bigger jump box. Give us a little bit more power. Start over. Uh-oh, look at that. He's getting scared. From all my experience, this number right here, the fact that it's holding it, it's pretty good. What I've noticed is that we'll just run them all through here, and as the engine gets warm, it starts coating the cylinder walls. That number will actually increase. But the fact that it's holding there is pretty good.
All right, I'm like, damn.
Look at that, see?
Reading low.
The starter's getting hot.
We're reading all over the place. So it's as if only one cylinder seems to be going real strong.
No, it ain't nothing.
this mean?
Nothing. Anytime.
Reading higher now.
Told you.
I don't know, Jack.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This is the first compression test I've ever, been present with. So.
Oh, so that one. These two hit high. This one. These two hit low. So these two are on the same stroke right here. So those two hit high. These two on the end hit lower. So I'm curious. I've seen it happen in pairs like that because they're on the same stroke. It's getting higher every time. It's getting warmer. Oil might be going through there. There might be more oil in these galleys than the others.
The heat is expanding the rings.
Mm-hmm. The starter's getting weaker though because it's getting hotter.
Those ones are pushing close to 160.
Mm-hmm.
That first one wasn't even a $400 motor.
That one jumps way up.
That one is darn near pushing 200, 190.
You know, there could be a valve adjustment. Could probably fix all this. It's probably never had one.
Right.
And it's not like you're going to use a cylinder head anyway.
No.
Right, so the fact that it's holding compression and making that compression, yeah, we don't hear any knocks, right?
No.
All right, so moral of the story is you were going to buy one off of Marketplace for, you said actually listed for 500.
500. He dropped it before because no one was biting.
I guess not, it's still available. And you were thinking about it.
I was thinking about it, I'm like, all right, it's already pulled. He knows the mileage. It was a 200K, so I'm like, all of these are going to be at least that at this point. I might have to take a little road trip up north and go grab it, but we came across this one. It was just hanging in there by one mount already, so it's pretty much pulled. And as you guys can see, we compression tested it, and I would almost argue it's reading higher numbers than the one that's being sold for double the price. So.
But you were saying that the other one you at least knew the mileage.
Right. So I would say we didn't have to pull it, and we would know the mileage if we went that route. But then you kind of just have to, ask yourself in terms of your budget, your wallet, is paying almost double worth the peace of mind of knowing the mileage of the engine you're getting your hands on, and then also saving you the labor and time of going to pull it yourself. So
it kind of evens out.
It actually does.
You know, but if you have more time than money, then this is a viable solution.
Exactly.
You know, and if you don't have the time, then you have to pay. That's just how it works.
It's going to cost you time, or but you just have to choose which one it's going to be.
The moral of the story is the junkyard that we go to, these engines cost $275 excluding the core. They charge a $57 core fee. So you could essentially pull one of these engines complete with accessories for under $350 with tax. Take your core back, you get your $50 to $60 back. Your car is running again for $275. It's up to you. Just like Chris had said, it's either time or money.